Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude. Today we're going to be checking out the new Black Label book Superman The Last Days of Lex Luthor issue 1 by Mark Waid and Brian Hitch. Superman finds himself in a unique situation as Lex Luthor, who after getting Superman's attention with a world-ending threat, reveals he has a fatal sickness and will soon die, and so he wants the Man of Steel to help him. This of course puts Superman in a very unique moral situation. This is Lex Luthor, the greatest criminal mind of our time, and the man who's tried to kill him for decades, but he's also the man he once called a friend. Waid borrows heavily from Jeff Johns' Secret Origin storyline regarding Clark and Lex's past in Smallville, diving deeper into it and making Lex a thoroughly sympathetic character as it reveals that Lex was largely outcast from Smallville. The people hated him, and Lex didn't really make things easy by believing he was superior to everyone around him in the country town. Seeing Clark stand up for him and trying to befriend him and trying to make his life a little bit easier is really heartbreaking, since we of course know how it ends up. Things aren't made any easier by Lex, who announces Superman and his partnership to the entire world, effectively causing them to begin to question Superman's intentions and allegiances, a problem that the book will probably have to deal with in a coming issue. Superman of course does try and help the villain, learning that he has an advanced stage of kryptonite radiation poisoning, and so he takes him to Kandor for some extra Kryptonian help. I love Lex's reaction to seeing both Superman's Fortress of Solitude for the first time in this universe, as well as seeing Kandor and seeing Superman being treated as some type of god thanks to saving them from Brainiac. The hero of course does not like this one bit and really tries to stop the people from doing that, but I like the little look Lex gives him where it's this kind of look of jealousy. Kandor proves to have no help for him and no cure for Lex, so Superman turns to one final option, the Phantom Zone, showing Lex the dimension his father found and how he could live there forever if he wanted to. Superman's reasonings for taking Lex there are quite interesting, figuring out how every now and then when Earth and the Zone and their dimensions sort of like merge a little bit, the other prisoners were able to get a glimpse of him, Metropolis, and certainly of Lex Luthor, so maybe they will be able to welcome him with open arms, since most of the people in the Zone really hate Superman, and so does Lex. It's also quite interesting to see Superman is still not just trying to cure Lex, but also make him comfortable and just take care of him, just doing everything he can to help make him comfortable and just help him in general. It's just a Superman thing to do. Brian Hitch returns to Superman with just more brilliant cinematic artwork, and with Kevin Nolan on inks, his work just pops that much more thanks to Hitch and Nolan having similar styles. Like Waid referencing various Superman stories of the past, Hitch's artwork does as well, and we have a great sequence early on in the book where Superman saves a city from sliding into the ocean, just like how he did in the first Superman movie. Superman's plan for the Phantom Zone doesn't really work out though, as General Zod, who also inhabits the zone with all his followers, attacks Superman, and it's left to Lex to save the hero for a change. Lex gets left in the zone, but then something unexpected happens as Zod and his men are somehow able to push Lex out of the zone, ruling the Phantom Zone out completely. Waid uses these final pages to fully set up Superman and Lex's storied relationship and the real reason Clark wants to help Lex, or the real drive behind why he wants to help Lex, which is thanks to an incident in their childhood where he did something to upset Lex and never got a chance to make things right with him. All of this setup makes the story feel much more personal and intimate between the characters than the usual Lex versus Superman stories. It being so ingrained in past Superman stories like Secret Origin is fantastic as well, as it gives the book a sense of continuity and continuance with these characters, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else the search for Lex's cure brings out between these two characters. Mark Waid and Brian Hitch introduce us to a thoroughly interesting premise for a Superman and Lex Luthor story with The Last Days of Lex Luthor, not wasting any time in getting into the meat of the story and building off of past comic book runs and established relationships in fun, new and interesting ways. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10, so check it out, and being that it's a Black Label, it's in a nice big premium format and there's only 3 issues to this series, so shouldn't take very long for it to all come out and be collected.